Man, Friday comes fast when you're doing this twice a week. Welcome back to the weekly crypto review. Let's get straight to it. We got lots to go over. So first off, of course, as always, down in the description, you'll find a link to the Brave browser. If you download it and use it for 30 days, you get a great browser that is crypto enabled and allows you to get paid to look at ads. And I get a little bit of BAT for you actually using the browser. It's a win-win situation. So let's take a look here. First off, we'll go up and we'll take a look at crypto overview. And we see that Bitcoin over the last 7 days is up about 3%. Not bad. Considering what we saw Monday and throughout the rest of the week, that's actually not bad at all. Ethereum's down almost 9% over the same time period. Let's see here. We'll go down farther. Chainlink's down 9.14% for the week. Litecoin down 3 1/3. Polkadot down 6. Cardano is down 15%. Oh, my Cardano. Oh, anyway, let's continue on. So, Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? I did tell you on Monday Bitcoin was likely to stall out and drop, and that's exactly what's happened. We're up here at the 13.5. We're at $13,415.40 right at this second, and it's stalling out, and that's pretty much what I expected. We get a better idea of this if I go with the daily, and we'll pull this out a little bit. There we go. And we can see over the last several days, we've gone up and down right around this 13.5 line, which is what I predicted. This doesn't bother me. This shouldn't bother you. This is exactly what I expect to happen. This is one of the last, we'll go back to the weekly so I can show you. This is one of the last resistance points before we get to, and let me pull this down just a bit, before we get to all-time highs. Okay, so we've got this one at 13.5 thereabouts. There's one here at roughly 16,225 thereabouts, and that is where we bounce. That was the top of the dead cat bounce, so that's going to be some resistance to get through. Not much. The next one that we have is all the way up here at the top at 18,952, or very top at 19,994, 20,000. So really, we've got 2 to 3 resistance levels after this one. We get 2 resistance levels, possible potential resistance levels, before we hit the all-time high and blue sky gains. Okay, because I don't expect that to happen until sometime next year, probably March or April. The fact that we are stalling out at 13.5 doesn't bother me. It actually, if anything, excites me because my thesis is playing out pretty much the way I expect it to. As a swing trader, as an investor, as someone who is in the markets to make money, it excites me to see that my thesis seems to be working out the way I expect it to, because at least in the short term, if that continues and going longer term, that means that my longer term thesis, which as you all know is Bitcoin at $257,000 before everything falls apart, continues to hold water as well. So yeah, the idea that we're stuck here is not a problem to me. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And the fact that we've got very little volume at all, volume is just nothing. And this, again, on the weekly candle, our MACD continues to go up. That's a good sign. That shows us that there's buying pressure. The RSI currently is at 71.4. I think it was at 72 something on Monday when I made my last video. So about the same amount of being oversold. We're 4 days later, and we've stalled out on the RSI as well. That's not a bad thing. The thing about the RSI is that it is a calculation, just like all the other indicators. And the way it's calculated is that if you maintain the same price over time, the RSI will drop. It is a relative strength indicator. And so if you're maintaining the same price, the strength of the buy or sell is diminishing, and so therefore the RSI will also diminish. That's what we expect. Otherwise, we would have, back here, which you probably can't see. Yeah, you can't see, it's behind my picture. Back here in May of 2019, which is, this top right here, we were at 77 on the RSI. Okay, if it didn't diminish over time, we'd be over 100 by now, because we're back up. Okay, we'd be way up. So yeah, looking at these basic indicators and these basic lines of resistance / support, I see support at 11.5 because we've closed the weekly candle above 11.5. This is this week's candle here. We've still got a couple of days before this candle closes. I will not be surprised if it closes right here or right around 13.5. Next week's candle may drop us back down towards 11.5. That's fine. I don't have a problem with this. People are going to panic. If we go down to 11.5, people are going to go out of their minds because, oh my God, we're dropping. What's happening? Why isn't Bitcoin going up? This is how markets work. This is the nature of markets. It's not a straight. If it's a straight up, you know that we're at the end of a bubble and it's about to burst. We don't want that. We want what we've got, and we want a slow sloping, not continuous, but consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Consistent slope up. We want to see this gradually gaining value next year. After we hit over 20,000, that's where I expect to see the real growth, because at that point the dumb money's coming in. That will be when MSNBC and Bloomberg and all of these cable news networks that do finance, Fox Finance, Fox Business, all of these financial networks, the place where you hear about the hot thing when it's too late to get into it, they're all going to go into Bitcoin and talk about it on an hourly basis. As long as it's over 20,000, it's if it bleeds, it leads. If you're watching any news right now, you understand that. They're not talking about the number of coronavirus deaths because they're low. They're talking about the coronavirus cases because they're high. We've got to make it sound exciting. We've got to get your interest. We've got to scare you, or we've got to excite you. One of the two. So they're scaring you with coronavirus, and they're going to excite you with Bitcoin once it gets over 20,000. That's going to be the beginning of next year. Hopefully I really hope 2021 is better than the dumpster fire that's been 2020, because I know financially I fully expect it to be a much better year. And so, yeah, at this point, I'm just sitting back and relaxing. If you are putting money in on a consistent basis, if you're cost averaging in, continue cost averaging in, because, again, my educated guess is that anything under $30,000 for Bitcoin is going to end up being a net positive when everything is said and done, and Bitcoin's gone all the way up and drop back down. So continue. As always, this is not investment advice. This is not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'm simply pointing out, I'm looking at a few charts. I'm telling you, here's what I see and why I like it or don't like it, and where I see things going. Where is Bitcoin going from here? I think it's going up. And I think that over the long term, the long term being the next year, this time next year, we're going to be at, I hesitate to say $80,000, but that's a possibility, because the last few weeks, last 6 to 8 weeks of 2021 is where I expect that exponential growth, and I expect to see the price of Bitcoin double every week. So if we're at $80,000 November 1st, we're at $160,000 the second week of November, which puts it as $320,000 on the third week, which puts us at $660,000 on the fourth week. I mean, I absolutely can see that at the end of the bubble. Absolutely, I can see that. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know, but I can absolutely see it. So yeah, the fact that we're still at 13, I mean, if you bought in at 10 grand, you're happy, you're up 3 grand. If you bought in at anything less than where we're at now, you're happy. Don't worry, be happy. So yeah, we're on our way up. We're slowly working our way up. This is just crypto. This is just a Friday in crypto, honestly. So we've got a green candle for the week. We're good. So stop looking at the daily. Look at the weekly, look at the monthly, look at the yearly. We're in this for the long haul. You're not trading. I'm not trading Bitcoin. I'm certainly not trying to trade it on a daily basis. I'm in it for the long term. I got in back down when it was at under $5,000 a Bitcoin. I'm doing well. And anybody who got in at that same time is feeling good about it. And if they were putting in money week after week after week, they're still feeling good about it because they've put in a bunch of money and they're seeing it go up. This is how investing is done. So until next week, remember, don't trust, verify. I'll see you later.